I rescued a kidnapped girl. Then they came for me. By kiss of suspense. I wake. The hairs on my neck send shivers down my spine. I swallow hard and listen as someone tries to pry my front door off its hinges. They make no attempt to be quiet. Their drills echo into the night. Move, I tell myself, listening to a screw drop to the concrete. Another follows, then another, ringing against the ground like tiny broken bells. Each one tells me I'm one step closer to death. I want to believe the people tearing down my door are random, but I know better. I know exactly why they came. Somehow they know it was me. It makes no sense. There were no cameras, no onlookers, only two men, and I had watched them from the brush. One held a half-empty bottle of tequila while the other puffed on a joint, stumbling into the woods, laughing about taking a siesta. The possibility of them finding me was minuscule, but deep down, I must have known. Why else would I have locked the doors 3 times and slept with a butcher knife? My heart pulsates. Outside, their voices are loud and unapologetic, their words slurred. They are the same men from the woods. Henchmen, coming to correct their mistake. The front door crashes to the ground. They are inside. Their heavy boots slam against the wood floor, but the sound fades into the background as my eyes fixate on my open bedroom window. I place a hand over my mouth to stifle a scream, turning my head to search the dark. Inches away stands a towering figure, broad swimmer shoulders and a black mask. His dark eyes bear into me. I scoot back, digging my right hand under the comforter, searching for the cold steel of my knife. He takes 2 steps toward me and leans in. The space between us vanishes. He presses a gloved finger to his lips, telling me to stay quiet. Please, I beg in a breathless whisper. I couldn't just leave her there. Don't kill me. My hand flails under the covers. Panic rises. Where is the knife? I have the knife, the masked man says, pulling the heavy blade from his pocket. The sight of it makes me choke on my tears. Heavy footsteps begin to pound up the stairs. What are you going to do to me? I whisper. He slides the knife into his pocket. Save you. If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it while you were sleeping. Now, you have 2 choices. Come with me or face them. Outside my bedroom door, a voice yells, "Ready or not, little lady, here we come. You shouldn't have done what you did. Now it's time to pay the price." Another laughs. "Make her wait. I want her to feel the fear. I'll count to 20. 1, 2. A heavy thud hits the door. "Come on. Mayor Sanchez is going to be ticked if he calls and she's still breathing." Mayor Sanchez? The name hits me like a lightning bolt. All hesitation vanishes. I swing my legs out the window and climb down the old oak tree, the masked man hot on my heels. My feet hit the ground with a thud. My legs tremble so violently I can barely stand. Above us, my bedroom door slams open. Shouts explode. 2 faces look out the window. One blonde, one with long dark hair, both waving guns. The blonde fires wildly into the yard. I collapse to the ground, curling into a ball, waiting for a bullet. But in one swift move, the masked man scoops me up over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes, running toward the street. A sharp beep-beep cuts through the night. He stops in front of a beat-up white van. The sight curdles my stomach. Adrenaline spikes, and I begin kicking and clawing at his back. As I flail, my hand brushes against his back pocket. The handle of my butcher knife. Carefully, I slide it free and hide it in my back pocket, keeping up the act of kicking. I know you're scared, he says, his voice smooth and calm, but I am not going to hurt you. Before he can open the door, a man steps out of the shadows, a man I've seen 1,000 times on the news, handsome, sharp, always standing directly behind Mayor Sanchez, Knox Winfield. He rests his hand on the butt of his gun. Let her go. This does not concern you. Can't do that, Knox, the masked man replies. I can feel his muscles tighten. Something inside of me snaps. Courage, maybe. Put me down, I order. The masked man slides me to the ground. I stand between them just as the two henchmen catch up, out of breath. Knox glares at them. Duke, Troy, I should have known you two were the ones that messed this up. You are useless. The blond man shuffles his feet in the gravel and whispers, Sir, Duke, I don't care what she did. Now go. We'll talk about this later. But, Troy says, his eyes wild and large, we can do it, sir. Please. We will do better. I'll clean up your mess. Do I make myself clear? Knox dismisses them, then turns his gun back to us with a twisted smile. Which one of you wants to go first? You? He aims at me. I put my shoulders back in defiance, knowing there is no way I'm going to be shot without a fight. Haughty, aren't you? He snickers. I gulp and try to stand up straighter. I feel my lips tremble, but something inside of me needs to know. I say, What were you going to do with Isabella? Why did you lock her in the trunk of a car? He rolls his eyes. Sell her. I already had a buyer. You cost me and the mayor over $100,000 when you set her free. You had to know we'd find you. It all clicks. My jog through the woods, hearing her screams, sneaking back to pop the trunk and driving her away. Isabella wouldn't go to the police. She said she had to go home to someone she trusted. Her brother, a black ops operative. I look at the masked man. Knox loses interest in me and points the gun at the masked man's head. You, whatever your name is, you die with her. Milo, the masked man says, sounding entirely bored. You dare be sarcastic with me? Knox steps forward, his nostrils flaring. Completely forgotten, I grip the knife behind my back and swing wildly. My sweaty hands slip, and the heavy butcher knife clatters loudly onto the asphalt. Knox flinches, turning toward the noise, giving Milo the exact second he needs. With one powerful elbow strike, Knox falls to the ground unconscious. Milo snaps his fingers in front of my face. Sophia, are you okay? Is he dead? I whisper. No, but we need him. Milo grabs a rope from the van, ties Knox up, and throws him in the back. He looks at me, his eyes twinkling. Throwing the knife was courageous. I shake my head. It fell out of my hand. Yes, but it gave me the time I needed. Now let's move. He pulls me into the white van. The same vehicle that had terrified me moments ago now feels like a sanctuary. He pulls off his mask. Beautiful is the wrong word for his face. Dangerous is much closer. Are you who I think you are? I ask. I'm Isabella's brother. You rescued her from a fate worse than death, so I thought I'd repay the favor. He smiles. I thought I'd repay you. He looks at me and continues. But I got so much more. I feel the rush of pink on my cheek. I ask, What do you mean more? He smiles, the danger in him gone. In its place, something indescribable hits my chest. Well, he says, you're angelic, beautiful, and courageous. My cheeks no longer warm, feel hot, and my body tingles. So are you, I say. He laughs and turns a corner down a dark road. 3 SUVs wait with men who are built like soldiers. Isabella stands to the side. We park. I run to Isabella, our arms wrap around each other, a bond so great that I know it will never be broken. I whisper, "Thank you for sending your brother." She whispers back, "Thank you for saving my life." We stand together, arm in arm, watching as Knox is dragged out of the van and placed in front of the soldiers. He looks broken, his arrogance replaced with cowardice. Within moments, he confesses to everything. 2 weeks have passed since that night. Knox and Mayor Sanchez are in federal custody, and their henchmen were caught at the border. My life will never be the same. I found a lifelong sister in Isabella. And as for Milo, he's standing right beside me, his arms wrapped tightly around my waist, making sure I never have to face the dark alone again. Have you ever rescued anyone? If you have, let us know in the comments. You might become our next story. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.